Well, the rest of it's pretty much done. I thought you might like to have a look at the parts that I had to manufacture. I didn't film any of this because you've seen me do all this before. In fact, just recently I did an almost identical chimney for the Joseph Falk engine. Used exactly the same principle. It's a bit of this is a bit of stainless steel tube which we heat up, dunk in engine oil, and then I had a look online. Obviously I've got no idea what the chimney for this thing looks like because I've not been able to find a picture of one, not with a proper chimney or anything. Anyway, most of the Dole engines seem to have like either a steel or aluminium chimney cowl, so that's what I've done. And obviously I needed to make a piston and a conrod. Now again, some Doles have round conrods with a loop end, some have a flat conrod with just a hole drilled into the end, and I've opted for that because simply it's easier to make. I don't know whether that's the correct type or not, but that's what we've got. And obviously I had the cylinder, so I knew what diameter to make the piston. I put a small groove in it for oil, and it all seems to work fine. I have actually, full confession here, I have actually run it on air, the engine. There were some issues with the cylinder, which I'll talk about later, but yeah, it's almost ready to go back together. Well, here it is, the Dole 56.5 vertical boiler model steam engine in all its glory. Doesn't come out too badly, I don't think. As I was saying before, I could only find one picture of one of these on the internet, and it wasn't a very good photo. And although the engine had the same base, the one in the photo, the base wasn't painted, it was completely bare metal, had the same firebox. The boiler had a sight glass, which this one obviously has never had, and it looked like from the photo that the engine was actually a valved engine rather than an oscillator like this. So whether it was the same one or whether there were two variants of this, or whether this one is simply a different engine on a 56.5 base, I don't know. So because of that, I couldn't really ascertain what colour the base and the flywheel should be, so I've opted to go with this dark sort of burgundy colour, which I quite like. A lot of the Doles tended to have black bases with red pinstriping, but again, I couldn't find one with this exact same base, so I don't know. Colours are almost certainly wrong. Again, the height of the chimney, I had to guess that. I've simply gone and looked at some of my other vertical boiler engines of the same size as this lovely Dole, and that's what I based the chimney size on. So there you go. Now, earlier I said I had some issues with the cylinder, which I did. Obviously I measured the cylinder, and I just used digital calipers to do that. Made the piston up accordingly, and the piston was a really nice fit in the beginning of the cylinder, but as it got down towards the end where the ports are, it got very tight. So there was obviously, I checked the piston that I made, and it was parallel, it wasn't tapered or anything. So there was obviously something going on inside the cylinder. So I did have to fiddle around with the cylinder, trying to clean up whatever burr was on the inside. Took some time with it, but yeah, we got there in the end, and now it is it's free to rotate. I'll let it come round. And as I said, I have had it running on air because I wanted to make sure that it was okay. But yes, it's all free to rotate now. It all moves quite nicely, so no problems with that. So there we go. So all that's left now is to see whether it will run under steam, and we'll do that next. Well, there's hot water in the boiler and the burner is alight. I'm using the little tiny round Bix burner. I've got it turned right down. I don't know how much heat it's going to need at the moment. And the boiler is quite large. It's just under 300 millilitres, which is quite a large capacity. So it's not a fluid boiler. There's no central flue. So it's literally just the boiler is that cylinder that you can see. So I put about 200 millilitres in. So that should leave plenty of space, and hopefully there won't be too much priming. But yeah, we'll let it build up some pressure and we'll see if it will run. Well, I think we might be about there. And she's off. little bit of a wobble on the flywheel. I did try to straighten that out because the white metal that these things are made of is so soft that they bend very easily. But yeah, look at that, quiet as anything. Well pleased with that. As I said, I've got the burner turned down really low, so pleased to see my piston and con rod performing okay, which isn't always nice. When you make something, it's always good to see that it works. That must be quite low pressure because, like I said, I haven't got the gas turned up at all on the burner. It's really low. I don't know whether the gas flame will come out on the camera. So let's drop it down a little bit. There we go. That is, believe it or not, quite low. Let's see if the whistle works. Yes, we have a whistle. Yay! Always good. Obviously it's going to slow the engine down because, like I said, I don't have the burner turned up very high, so that's will have taken a significant amount of the pressure out of it. But yeah, it's running superbly. Nothing wrong with that. The flywheel was actually just a push fit onto the shaft, so I've just used a little drop of Loctite when I put that back together, and it seems to be holding okay. So it's nice to see these engines running. I don't know how old this is, but I would guess 1910, something like that. That would be, I'm sure it's well over 100 years old, this engine. So it's always good to bring these things back to life and enjoy them again. You know, and hopefully they'll be around for another 100 years for other people to enjoy as well. Let's hope so. I'd imagine this one, given the size of the boiler, you know, and it's not losing a lot of water. I would imagine this will run for ages and ages and ages. It's because it's got such a huge boiler. What a lovely engine. Cleaned up really well. Oh, one thing I didn't mention was there was no crank pin. I had to make a crank pin. Now, I have discovered through years of doing this that old, blunt and broken drill bits make excellent crank pins. So I always save the small ones. I've got a tin full of them. And you just, I happen to have one which fitted in the hole in the crank perfectly. Again, a little bit of Loctite to hold it in place. But obviously, you know, drill rod is very, very hard and it's ideal for crank pins. So that's just, the crank pin is just, I think it was a 2.3mm drill, something like that. You know, that's all it is. It's just a bit of an old drill bit, but it's great. And I've used it. I've used old drill bits before as crank pins. They work really, really well. Yeah. So there you go. The Dole Model 56.5. We now know running superbly. And this is the first time I've steamed it. So what a lovely engine. The Germans really did know how to make model steam engines. They just These things are just superb. We'll turn the gas off. I don't expect it will run that long if I turn the gas off, because you know, I haven't got the gas turned up very high anyway, so, but we'll do it. Gas is now off. So there you go. What a lovely engine. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.